how do you stand out from your peers? So I help people in mid-career level to get timely promotion. So that means out of so many people, your management needs to see you as the potential next level leader. How are you going to help them? That was the intention behind my question. Do you realize how do you stand out in your profile? Many people replied many things. Of course, there are very nice things people also have, and there are other people who do not have a clue. What happens is we take our profile to be granted. So here is something new that I want to tell you. You have a lot of skills, and also ask somebody. Simon Sinek says that when you want to know about yourself, then ask somebody why they are friend to you. Then they will tell few things about you, but they will then start telling about themselves, how they feel in the company of you. So how does it make any connection with the fact that you will be promoted in a timely manner? That is what I am coming to. How do you stand out? If you ask me, any of you, as to how you stand out, I'll tell you few things that you have already heard, but you haven't realized. So I am telling you to realize that. And my things are, because you have been born differently than every other person on earth, you have been with parents who are different than other people's parents. That is why you are different. And if you ask me astrologically, I do a little bit of astrology as well. I would tell you that because you were born in a very different scheme of things, when you born different time, you are at a very end place, of course, and time, place and date, then it makes you different than the other person in some way or the other. Have you seen in your surrounding anybody like you? Maybe they would resemble a little like you, your siblings might be, but nobody is equal to you. If they are not in your surrounding, how can they be anywhere else? So that is the reason. That is what I am telling myself also, that each of us is very different. Now to drive that home at workplace, nobody is asking whether you were born differently, you were born into different parents than themselves. It doesn't matter. That is what you think, right? But what matters is how you think to yourself, right? And I think how I stand out is how I think. In thought, everybody is different. So as today, while I was preparing for speaking about this, I was listening to Rhoda Byrne, right? Who is the Secret Queen. The film This Secret is her creation. And she was a broke person. And how she had she made this discovery about the secret, and how she has written this book. Then the book became a best seller, and then the movie also is a hit all time. How all this happened? Because she was trying to do things effortlessly. She was trying to fake it till she made it. And she knew a very small thing and she expressed it. You can all watch that video. It is available on YouTube for free. And she was saying that who you are is something hidden by our ego. When we think that we are not this, we are not that, we are not up to anything, that is our ego. This ego, the mind, plays the game in which it says things which you are not. All of us are meant to be greater people, greater being, and we don't at all believe that because our mind won't allow us to believe that. So I take that theory and tell you to think differently, think in a different manner. So how do you stand out at your workplace are few questions that I have. How do you are you a leader at mid-career level? When you are going to be promoted, you are expected to be a leader, right? How do you tell that you are a leader? Because that is the specific way you serve your teammates. Your teammates are with you, then that is what makes you a leader, whether you are in that position of authority or not. So there is a distinction, right? You don't wait to be promoted to be a leader, right? So you are a leader right now. How do you do that? And if you are not very sure about your team, then ask yourself who you want to serve, and you can ask the universe also as to show me who I want to serve. Actually at workplace you know very well that you are supposed to serve people, but are you willing to serve? So when you are not willing, what is stopping you from serving? It is your ego again, right? So some people you don't like. Now for a moment, that hatred, that jealousy, and that whatever negative emotion is there, you cannot just wish it away. It will be there inside your mind. So then you tell yourself that yes, I am jealous. Yes, I am being me. Yes, this is sabotaging me. Accept that, and you see you don't care after some time whether how do you feel negative about them. It is not about them. How you feel. If you are feeling happy, are you bothered about anybody how those people are feeling negative about you? It doesn't matter, right? So I have few questions as checklist. Are you on a continuous growth plan? Are you improving on something? Improve on that thing which you love to improve, not about what other people say. How do you update yourself about industry data? This is where I also make a mistake. About industry data, what is there? The industry is going somewhere. But you have to put yourself on a perspective as to what is happening. Otherwise, what happens is you'll see that the world outside is much bigger than yourself. It might not be the same. Then so keep yourself updated with the industry data. When was the last you created a constructive or very innovative plan? Do you have a career goal? most of the very senior people I am observing are very happy at their career profile. But you know, they are not looking anything beyond that. They are not looking beyond their present thing. There might be something, because everybody has to have some variety. So might be they are thinking that watching the TV or watching the different channel, there are so many channels of entertainment that brings variety to their life. It is not, because you also need to be very creatively contributing. Many people are not looking at that, maybe because they are not up to that. They do not qualify for that. They don't have the ability to do that. If you are so, then you will be stuck. Sooner or later you are going to find that out. How are you going to communicate with your seniors? Many of very senior people say that their management agrees with them, but they don't implement anything that they suggest. Don't you think that here is a communication problem? And if there is a change in the entire setup, how do you adapt to that? And how have you displayed the capacity that you will be handling the next level in a good manner? Coming back to the question again, how do you stand out? So whenever you are asking these questions, how do you stand out? I'll tell you one thing very honestly, that when I go into doing something, it takes some focus, some meditation for something which, like writing a proposal, it will take 2-3 days, right? When it takes 2-3 days, you are in a very meditative state, because you have to make the argument very compelling. That is how the proposal is made. Some analysis, if you are doing, that analysis needs very close observation of the data, so that you can analyze and make some meaning out of it. Some data are pretty obvious, so still, why have you started at all analyzing the data? Because you realize, you feel that there is something to it. So all these things, all these activities require some kind of application. When that happens, you are onto yourself, you are not bothering about other people. So what is the big picture out of that? Please create that big picture around whatever you are doing, and that will help you to stand out. No other skill, no other qualification, no other experience will do as much as this big picture will do. Nobody bothers how big your picture is, but it is your own self which will be driven by that goal once you have that bigger picture. Do you have a bigger picture? I'll wait to learn from you when you have this thing. So there is Joy Brito. How effectively I communicate with others, both verbal and written, is important. Yes, sure, Joy. How I carry out the instructions from my superiors and whether I am effective and efficient. How do I behave with my clients? Yes, all these are very important. But Joy, do you have a big picture in mind? Why you will do all these things unless you have a big picture in mind? That is what I am trying to say. So what big picture I have is completely different from your big picture. Your big picture is proportionate to your own evolution as a professor. So nobody can question you what you think to be correct. But if you are convinced, that is enough, and that is how you will stand out. Thank you for being here and contributing to this conversation. Thank you so much, and I'll be very happy if these comments and these questions will come further, like Joy has asked, and I expect Joy to also, if you are still there, also to wait and look for my communication further. And I have also given a link to book a call with me. Please go ahead and book a call so that we can talk further and find out if we can help each other. So thank you for being here, and thank you.